In 2011, there was a trade that had been accepted, but then it got declined by the NBA. And David Stern stepped in and said, nope, not going to happen. Still not sure really why. I'm sure there's a story out there and maybe a YouTube video on exactly why it got denied. I don't know all of those details, but what I do know is we're gonna accept it in this world, in our world, and see what would have happened. So the trade is the LA Lakers receiving Chris Paul from New Orleans. This is before he went to LA to play with the Clippers, right? The Hornets would receive Lamar Odom from the Lakers, and then a third team would enter the mix as with the Houston Rockets, sending Kevin Martin, Luis Scola, and Goran Dragic to the Hornets, and the Rockets would end up receiving Pau Gasol. So, a really interesting trade, especially sending out Pau Gasol, which obviously he was a big reason why they won a couple of championships. So, we're going to go ahead and throw this trade in here now. Due to some cap issues, this trade doesn't technically work. So, I turned the salary cap off, so that way we can just get this trade done. So Kevin Martin, Luis Scola, and then Dragic, I think, was a first-round pick in the 2011 draft. I'm not sure. Actually, and then there was more picks here. The draft picks involved will be dealt to New Orleans. Those picks will be a future first and second-round pick, but it never really disclosed what those picks were. Oh, it would be this pick. So this pick is also going to go to New Orleans. Interesting. Okay, so not the Lakers sending a pick. Okay, so then let's find the Hornets here. And obviously, Chris Paul would be going to the Lakers. Kevin Martin, Luis Scola, and that first-round pick would be going to New Orleans. And then Pau Gasol would be going to Houston, Lamar to New Orleans. So it says invalid trade. This would put the Lakers under the minimum player limit. Okay. So let's just do... I guess let's just send them some random players here and see all items in the trade need a valid destination. Oh, here we go. The trade is illegal for the Hornets. The team can have at most 15 players. Oh, so we need to add more players here. Hold on. We're making this a little bit more complicated. Okay, so this is what it will be. Dragic is not on the Rockets right now. I don't know if he's just not in the game or if he was a rookie in the 2011 draft. Because, by the way, we're doing this in 2010, a year earlier than what it would have happened in real life. So I'm assuming Dragic was a rookie that year. That's why he was thrown into the deal, and that's why New Orleans probably wanted him. But anyways, let's go with this. So Chris Paul to the Lakers, Kevin Martin, Luis Scola, a first-round pick, well, a swap best with the Knicks, and then Lamar Odom to New Orleans, Pau Gasol headed to the Houston Rockets. So it was technically declined. We're going to overwrite it. Do you want to override the decision? Yes. Boom. They agreed. So I will go ahead and put all of the I'll put everything back to normal, including the salary cap and whatnot. But let's take a look at this roster and take a look. So I don't really know if this team gets that much better with Chris Paul, because you do lose Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol. So it was a weird, interesting trade. But hey, I mean, Chris Paul is 25, 94 overall. Kobe, who's a 95 overall at 32. Got Ron Artest, Shannon Brown. I don't know. I don't really know how good this team is. But we'll see. Was it Andrew Bynum supposed to be on this team, or was he gone by then? So I put Andrew Bynum in here. I guess he's not in the game normally. So Andrew Bynum is in here, 23 years old, 82 overall. I think that's the right age for him in 2010. So we went ahead and put him in there. So here's the big three. We'll see how that goes. Will be interesting to see if this team is any better and if they can get to the NBA Finals and maybe match up with the Miami Heat. So the first game, they play Houston and Pau Gasol, and they win 114-104. Chris Paul his first game with the Lakers, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals. Kobe had 27, 7, and 9. Bynum had 13 and 12, 5 blocks and 3 steals. Goodness. Pau Gasol had 16, 11, and 4. So, yeah, I mean, I guess this kind of made sense for the Lakers, right? Because you had a 23-year-old Andrew Bynum that you really liked, that was playing well at the time. Chris Paul, who's obviously entering his prime at 25, or I guess 26 years old. Really good player. And Pau Gasol is hitting 30, so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. The big one is probably losing Lamar Odom, right? Because you lose a guy who's pretty important to that team as far as being a really good role player for them. As we lose this one to the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul, 25, 6, and 8. Kobe Bryant, 18, 5, and 5. Bynum, not a great game, 6 points, 14 rebounds. Let's go ahead and look at a few more games here. We lose to the Golden State Warriors by 1 point at home. Kobe with 20, only 1 assist. Chris Paul, 16, 5, and 8. Bynum, 10, and 18. All right, well, it was started off good, but it's... Oh, there we go. There was a win. 111 to 104. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies with Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Mike Conley. Kobe with 38, 4, and 6. Chris Paul, triple-double, 16, 10, and 12. Bynum with 13 and 11. 3 blocks. All right, well, let's see how the rest of the season goes. The 2010-2011 season is over. Russell Westbrook wins MVP. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists per game. Blake Griffin wins Rookie of the Year. Manu Ginobili wins Sixth Man of the Year. Dwight Howard, Defensive Player of the Year. Serge Ibaka, Most Improved. Scott Brooks is the Coach of the Year. No one from LA on the first team. Second team, Chris Paul is on the second team. 19 points per game, 6 rebounds, 11 assists. So slightly better than the previous year. But no Kobe Bryant, which is kind of interesting. He's on the third team. Averaged 25 a game, 6 boards, 4.5 assists, and a steal and a half. Andrew Bynum is on the third team. 13 points, 13 rebounds, 3 blocks per game. Good to see there. And Chris Paul on the all-defensive second team. No Andrew Bynum, though, on either of the all-defensive teams. Let's see. Anyone on the all-rookie teams? No. Okay. So, interesting. We are the 5 seed. Houston's the 8 seed. New Orleans is the 6 seed. Now, remember, New Orleans, they got Kevin Martin in the deal. He's averaging 21 a game. They got Luis Scola in the deal. He's averaging 15 and 9. And they got... who else? I think that was it. I can't really remember who else they got. But interesting. Let's see how Pau Gasol did in Houston as an 8 seed, averaged 17 and 9 a game and 3 assists. So interesting. Let's look at the Lakers here real quick. Run our test. Averaged 8 a game. Luke Walton averaged 6 at 4 and 4. Shannon Brown 14 a game off the bench. So, like I said, the depth of this Laker team, not great. Game 1 against the San Antonio Spurs with Tony Parker, Garrett Temple, Rich Jefferson, Tim Duncan, Tiago Splitter, Manu Ginobili coming off the bench, and they win Game 1. Game 2, they win as well. Game 3, the Spurs take a 3-0 lead. The Lakers win 1 game there, and they lose in 5. So, not great. As the Thunder move on to win the NBA championship, Russell Westbrook wins regular season MVP and finals MVP, 27, 7, and 10. As they beat the Chicago Bulls with Rose, Carver, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, and Joakim Noah. Miami Heat were the 2 seed, but they lost in round 2 against the Boston Celtics. Derek Fisher retires for the Lakers, so there's one guy gone for this Lakers team. So we'll see what they do in the offseason. I'll probably do maybe 3 or 4 seasons of this and see, probably till the end of Kobe's career, I guess, and see what happens. But we'll look at the 2011 draft. Klay Thompson goes 1, Kawhi goes 2, Kyrie goes 3. The Lakers went ahead, kept their pick, and they actually, no, I don't think they actually had a pick. Okay, well, never mind. They never actually had anything. Vucevic goes 5th. Joakim Noah returns to Chicago. Kendrick Perkins goes to Chicago. during free agency. Let's see if any other big names decided to move. Mike Conley and Marcus Holt re-sign. Let's see. Kenyon Martin heads to Atlanta. Interesting signing there. David West resigns in New Orleans. What else do we got? Matt Barnes heads to Utah. Yao Ming goes to Sacramento, signs a 3-year, $30 million deal. That's an interesting signing. Glenn Davis to New York. JR goes to New York instead of being traded, right? In the Melo trade. For the Lakers, they signed Eric Dampier, Shane Battier. That's a good pickup for the Lakers, getting Shane Battier. That's not bad. Vince Carter re-signing in Orlando. Tyson Chandler re-signing in Dallas. The Nuggets, they signed Zach Randolph. Wow. Okay, and they keep Nene. Interesting team. Could be really good with Melo still there. Greg Oden signs in Indiana. Tracy McGrady re-signs with Detroit. Caron Butler signs in Toronto. Oh, never mind. Melo signs in Houston. Whoa, okay. So he goes to Houston. They signed OJ Mayo as well, and they obviously have Pau Gasol. Interesting. Stojakovic heads to San Antonio. Jamal Crawford heads to Phoenix. Kwame Brown goes to Oklahoma City. Oh, they also get Andre Karolinko. That's a good signing for OKC. Corey Brewer to Minnesota. DeAndre Jordan leaves the Clippers. He goes to Minnesota. Michael Redd also to Minnesota. Some interesting moves in free agency. Wilson Chandler heads to Washington. Huh. All right. Well, there you go. There's free agency. And for progression, Kobe goes down 1. Bynum is up to an 83. Chris Paul is up to a 94. Ron Artest and Batty both go down, but a couple of solid role players. We'll see how that helps out the team this year. The 2011-2012 season is now over. Westbrook wins another MVP. Kyrie wins Rookie of the Year. Goran Dragic wins Sixth Man of the Year. Okay, so he is... Okay, no, he wasn't in the league. He was just in Phoenix. So he must have gotten moved during the 10-11 season, or maybe signed with Houston in free agency. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I can't remember. Dwight Howard won DPOY. James Harden most improved, 18, 3 and 3 per game. Andrew Bynum's on the All-NBA first team. 16 points, 14 boards, 2.4 blocks per game. Wow, okay. Kobe's on the second team, averaging 29, 7 and 5. And then Chris Paul's on the third team. So I had a player on each team, 19 and 10 for Chris Paul. All right, looking good. All defensive first team, no one. Bynum on the all defensive second team along with Kobe. And there's your all rookie first team. Moving on to the playoffs, we are the 4 seed this time around, playing the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, Michael Beasley, Dorell Wright, and Chris Anderson, the Birdman, on the Warriors. So game 1 goes to the Warriors. Game 2 goes to the Warriors. Oh boy. Game 3 goes to the Lakers. Game 4, okay, tie up the series at 2. Take a 3-2 lead, and the Lakers will head to a Game 7 against the Warriors, and they win it. So on to round 2 against the defending champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, with that big 3. Westbrook, Harden, and Kevin Durant. They also have Andre Karolinko, Serge Ibaka, Sefolosha, Kwame Brown. Dude, this team is stacked. Getting Andre Karolinko was kind of insane. Like, that's a really good 4th piece for them. Or I guess 5th piece, with Ibaka being the 4th piece. That's insane. All right. On the other side, it's Minnesota with Kemba Walker, Brandon Rush, Michael Redd, Kevin Love, and DeAndre Jordan. They played Dallas with Terry, Marion, Dirk, and Tyson Chandler. In the East is Chicago versus Miami, who was a 5 seed. And then Indiana versus the New Jersey Nets. So here we go. Game 1 goes to Oklahoma City. Game 2 goes to the Lakers. Game 3 goes to the Lakers. Need to win this one. They lose it. All right. Tied at 2. And OKC wins Game 5. And they win Game 6. Yeah, saw that one coming. And the Thunder sweep in the NBA Finals. Westbrook is insane in this. They sweep Indiana 4-0. Darren Collison, Shannon Brown, Paul George, Carl Landry, and Roy Hibbert. Paul George averaging 20 and 7 in the playoffs. The 2012 draft this year, Dame goes 1, AD goes 2. So Minnesota, after being the 2 seed, right? Wasn't Minnesota the 2 seed? They got the number 1 overall pick? The heck? All right. That's kind of insane. Interesting. Bradley Beal goes to the Hawks. And the Lakers, did they have a pick? They did, and they drafted JaMychal Green, which actually isn't a bad pick. That's not horrible. I mean, is he... man, is that better than Dion Waiters and Jay Crowder? Probably... Like, Jay Crowder, I think I'd rather have than JaMychal Green. But not a horrible pick. In free agency, and Andrew Bynum is still a free agent now, has a ton of offers. But none are from the Lakers. I wonder, should I just sign him, or do they not have the money? Meanwhile, Dwight Howard goes to the Suns. Kevin Love stays in Minnesota. Boston re-signs Kevin Garnett. Darren Williams re-signs with the Utah Jazz. Not a whole lot of movement here as Chauncey resigns with the Nuggets, but I'm going to try and find a way to get Andrew Bynum back on the Lakers team. Okay, so I got Andrew Bynum back. I just turned off the salary cap, re-signed him, and then we'll turn the salary cap back on. But wanted to make sure that we re-signed him. I think something just got screwed up because he was a created player, technically. So, yeah, we should be all good, and that's settled. Derrick Rose wins MVP for the 2012-2013 season. 32 points per game, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. AD wins Rookie of the Year with Detroit. Dwight Howard wins Defensive Player of the Year. Most improved is Jeremy Lin. No one on the first team but Chris Paul and Kobe on the second team. Chris Paul averaging, where's his stats here? 22, 5, and 13. Kobe averaging 33, 6, and 6. Wow. Their numbers are insane. Okay, interesting. And then they're both on the all-defensive second team. No Andrew Bynum. And they are the second seed. All right. Ron Artest, JaMychal Green starting as a rookie, averaging 11 and 6. Bynum averaging 13 and 11, 2 blocks per game. But it was Chris Paul and Kobe Bryant just kind of playing insane. All right, well, let's see what happens. They play the Phoenix Suns here with Dwight Howard, Thaddeus Young, Jared Dudley, Jamal Crawford, and Steve Nash. Game 1 goes to Phoenix. Game 2 goes to Phoenix. Okay. Game 3 goes to LA. Game 4 goes to LA. Got to win Game 5. They do. Take a 3-2 series lead. Phoenix ties it. It will go to a Game 7, and the Lakers lose to a 7 seed. Fantastic. The Thunder have won a third straight championship. KD wins Finals MVP. And they beat the Pacers for the second straight year. This is not going how I thought it would go. On to the 2013 draft. Giannis goes number 1 to New Orleans. The Bucks take Oladipo. The Rockets take whoever that is. Schroeder goes 4. Gobert goes 5 to the Raptors. Steven Adams goes to the Bobcats. And the Lakers, they draft some random dude. So don't think that's going to help them much. In free agency, nothing crazy looks like. OKC re-signs James Harden, which is what they probably should have done in real life. And I don't really see the Lakers signing anyone. They probably don't have money, like, at all. Oh, they signed Kwame Brown. Oh, and they signed Kirk Hinrich. That's actually a good pickup. That's a solid one. Deshaun Stevenson as well. Okay, they got some nice role players. That's not too bad. Let's look at their player progression here. So obviously Kobe's at a 95, Chris Paul at 94, Bynum at 84, Kwame's at 76, JaMychal's at 75, Kirk Hinrich is at 75. So it's not a bad team. They were 2 seed last year, so I feel like they should probably be a 2 seed again. Derrick Rose wins another MVP, averaging 32, 5, and 10. Giannis wins Rookie of the Year with New Orleans. Dame wins 6th Man of the Year with Minnesota. Dwight Howard, DPOY in Houston. No Lakers on the first team. None on the second team. But Chris Paul and Kobe both on the third team. Kobe averaging 30 a game. 5 boards, 5 assists. At the age of 35. Chris Paul, 21, 4, and 12. at the age of 28. And that's it for awards. And they are the 4 seed playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves with Kemba, Lou Williams, Ronnie Brewer, Kevin Love, DeAndre Jordan, Dame coming off the bench. Obviously, he won 6th Man of the Year. So after game 1, Minnesota takes that one. Game 2, the Lakers take that one. Minnesota takes game 3. They take game 4. And the Lakers are eliminated. This is not going well. And the Thunder, they're just a dynasty. They're insane. Absolutely insane. They've won 4 straight titles. And they've beaten the Pacers 3 times in a row. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's how that's going. Not great for the Lakers. And yeah. Just OKC is just killing everybody. In the 2014 draft, Nikola Jokic goes 1, Embiid goes 2. Jokic going to the Heat, Embiid going to the Raptors. Wiggins goes to the Knicks. AG goes to the Bucks. Levine to the Pelicans. Randall to the Spurs. Bogdanovich to the Bucks. And the Lakers, they take Lamar Hunter, whoever that is. In free agency, Dirk goes to the Cavs. Melo goes to Indiana. Pau Gasol leaves Houston and goes to the Boston Celtics. So spent 4 years in Houston. Last year averaged 18 and 11 per game. Paul George and Melo will be in Indiana. That's pretty sweet. DeAndre Jordan to the Nuggets. All right. Marc Gasol stays in Memphis. And the Lakers, I don't think they really signed anyone. Oh, here we go. They signed Caron Butler and Michael Petrus. Or Michael? I don't know. I don't remember how to pronounce his name. And Nate Robinson. All right. And Von Wafer. Man, those are some names. Derrick Rose wins another MVP, 29, 5, and 10 per game. Nikola Jokic wins Rookie of the Year, averaging 14, 6, and 8. Jordan Farmer wins 6th Man of the Year. Dwight Howard, DPOY, Facu Campazzo wins Most Improved. All NBA teams, let's see, Chris Paul is on the 2nd team, 17, 4, and 12. Kobe's on the 3rd team, averaging 29, 6, and 7 at 36 years old. Giannis made the 3rd team, 17, 7, and 6. And no one else made, Kobe made the all-defensive 2nd team. And the Lakers are once again in the middle of the pack in the West, a 5 seed versus the 4-seeded Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry, Monte Ellis still on the same team, and the Warriors win game 1. They win game 2. They win game 3. We win game 4, and we lose in 5. All right, well, this is going fantastic. And OKC, I'm sure. Oh, OKC lost. Finally, they lose. Derrick Rose and the Bulls win the NBA title. Minnesota ended up getting to the finals with Jeremy Lin as their starting point guard. Okay. Man, Dame is like the 7th man on the team. That's kind of crazy. Interesting. All right, well, let's look at the Hall of Fame here. Tim Duncan, McGrady make it to the Hall of Fame. No Lakers retire, so we'll keep on going. On to the 2015 NBA draft. Devin Booker goes number 1 to the San Antonio Spurs. Porzingis goes 2 to the Knicks. So there's that. Towns goes 3 to the Mavericks. And the Lakers, they take some other random dude. Sweet. They're not helping themselves at all. In free agency, Dwight Howard goes to the Knicks. LeBron returns to Miami. Oh, wait. Didn't Jokic get drafted by the Heat? Holy crap! That's an incredible team! Oh my god! I just realized that. Am I forget or remembering that differently? Like, is that right? They have that big 3 in Miami and Jokic? Hold up. They do! Jokic is 20 years old and 81 overall. Wow. His rookie year averaged... Oh, that was per 36. His rookie year averaged 14, 6, and 8. Oh my gosh. That's insane. That's hilarious. LeBron averaging 24, 6, and 7. Wade averaging 19, 6, and 6. Bosh averaging 16 and 9. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. All right. Anyways, all of a sudden it just clicked in my head. I was like, wait a minute. Didn't Jokic go to Miami? Holy crap. They had the first over. What happened? I was so focused on the Lakers. I had no idea. Anyways, let's move on to the 2015-2016 season, which ended up being Kobe's final year of his career. Will this be the final year of his career in the simulation? Wow, DeMarcus Cousins wins an MVP, 31, 12, and 3. Towns wins Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year is Kemba Walker. Tyrese Thomas wins Defensive Player of the Year. Zach LaVine wins Most Improved. All-NBA First Team, no Lakers. On the second team, again, no Lakers. Third team, Kobe is on the team at age 37, 24, 6, and 5. Jokic on the third team, 18, 8, and 8. I wonder how good that Miami team is. That's insane. That is insane. Oh, wow. Look at that. Cleveland's the 1 seed with Kyrie, Ariza, Gallo, Amari, Greg Oden, Kemba Walker. That's actually a pretty good team. Miami did not make the playoffs. With LeBron, Wade, Bosh, and Jokic? In the East? Huh? What? The Lakers are the 8th seed. This might just be the final year. This sim was bizarre. As we got eliminated in 5. So, yeah. Okay. The Blazers win a championship and it's Michael Carter Williams. Okay. That's going to do it for the video. Very interesting. Like I said when the video started, like, I don't think if that trade actually went through, I really don't think they would have done anything different. Because, I mean, that year they lost to Dallas in the playoffs. Was that round 2? Even if Chris Paul is on that team, you lose Pau Gasol, you lose Lamar Odom. I don't think that team's better. I really don't. Chris Paul is only 24, 25. I don't know. I mean, it's close, but I still don't think they beat Dallas. Dallas was on a run that year. They were a really good team. And you're losing size and you're losing defense. I don't think it would have worked out either way. But anyways, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Let me know some other video ideas like these, like other what ifs or career resims, rebuilds. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think I should post here on NBA 2K24. And I will see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.